This is Morrowind's alchemy formula. The strength of your potion is determined by your alchemy level, 1/10 of your intelligence, 1/10 of your luck, the quality of the tools you use, and it's all scaled down by 3 times the base cost of the effect. This is the Fortify attribute effect. Using alchemy, you can create Fortify intelligence potions with ingredients easily available from vendors. Now here's the exciting part. Potion effects stack. You can keep drinking Fortify potions and it'll keep boosting your attributes with no real limit. By fortifying intelligence, you can create stronger Fortify intelligence potions. Then, you drink those potions and make stronger potions. Keep doing this until you're the biggest brain freak in the land. This is probably what Silthasil did. And that's what we're doing today. We're gonna down a bunch of potions and kill a god. The race we choose doesn't matter. I picked Redguard for the Adrenaline Rush ability just so we can run around a little bit faster at the beginning, but it won't make a difference soon enough. The same is true for major and minor skills. They don't matter one bit. I picked Alchemy as a major skill just because it felt thematically appropriate. The entire character creation here doesn't really help. Maybe it affects the first 5 minutes of the run. That's also why I picked Intelligence and Speed as favorite abilities. And the Steed sign, I'll be able to zoom to the Satanine Siltstrider a bit faster, and the first couple potions I make will be a little bit stronger than if I didn't take Intelligence. But you'll see how trivial that extra 10 points of Intelligence really is. As soon as I'm in the world, I go to Balmora and join the Mages Guild, and then I take all the stuff from their crate. It's easy gold. Then we pop over to the Caldera Mages Guild with the intention of going to the Gorak Manor, but a bookshelf of goodies catches my eye. A bunch of soul gems, free for the taking. Creeper will be happy to buy those too. In the manor, we steal the Orcish armor from one of the crates. The orcs don't like it, but they have an alarm value of 0, meaning they ain't narcs, and we don't get a bounty. After selling all this junk to Creeper, I'm sitting at a comfortable 8,000 septums. All we need is a decent weapon to carry us for the rest of the game. Verg Germain sells a variety of armaments. We'll buy a silver shard axe because it's cheap. Now you might be wondering why I didn't get any other number of easily available and very strong weapons. And the simple answer is, I'm probably not aware of them. I may express an air of confidence in these videos, like I know the game inside and out, but the truth is, I'm learning more about Morrowind from the comments on my last couple videos than I have in my entire time playing this game. I am, after all, a Skyrim baby, and I didn't even play that until about a year or two after it was released. The first time it was released. That was still about 10 years ago, but the series is, 30 years old, so I'm still pretty new to it. Alright, time to get started with alchemy. Upstairs in the Caldera Mages Guild's tower is an entire set of master alchemy gear. Pestle and mortar, calcinator, retort, and alembic. I don't know if this counts as stealing, but no one saw me take it, so I didn't steal it. A mortar and pestle is still a reasonably common kitchen accessory nowadays, right? I have one. I'm pretty sure I never used it, but I have one. You think there's anyone out there with a retort or an alembic in their cupboard? Or is that just a chem lab thing? The first potions we have to make are Fortify Intelligence potions. There are several ingredients for this effect, but we want to find a merchant who not only sells a pair of these ingredients, but we also want that merchant to have a restocking supply of these ingredients. A weird thing about Morrowind's merchants is their gold takes 24 hours to replenish, but for restocking items, if you close the shop window and open it again, they'll get their stock back. That means we could buy hundreds of ash yams and netch leather from Onius Atris in Wolverine Hall. There's actually an exploit you can exploit that allows you to increase the amount the shop restocks an item by. If you sell a merchant, say 100 of their restocking item, close the window, open the window, then buy all 100 of that item, they'll continue to restock that item at 100. It's definitely a bug, but I wanted this run to be purely about the intentional abuse of alchemy, so I avoided using the overstock glitch. Admittedly, it just saves time, but it's fast enough to buy a bunch of supplies anyway. I believe OpenMW is what's letting me reopen the shop window and confirm purchases with the enter key, so that's not a vanilla feature. But whatever, who really gives a shit? We're breaking the game anyway. So with the yams and the leather, we can make Fortify Intelligence potions. I believe this is also a feature of the I Heart Vanilla modlist associated with OpenMW, the ability to make multiple potions at once. It just saves me from clicking 100 times. If you have a problem with that, leave a comment and let me know. I'll ignore it, but engagement or whatever. The first batch of 100 aren't all that potent. A lot of attempts fail actually. Yes, you could fail at making potions in Morrowind. Everything is a dice roll. But the takeaway is that we made enough potions to fortify our intelligence to over 700. Now the next batch of potions is much less likely to fail, and the ones that are produced will be much stronger. What were once 19 points of intelligence for 50 seconds are now 48 points of intelligence for 137 seconds. So you might think I'd be happy with almost 1700 intelligence, but you'd be wrong. Let's buy more ingredients. They're super cheap after all, and if I run out of money, I can just sell some of the potions I make. They're powerful, so they sell for quite a bit. The next batch is 87 points for 253 seconds. Nah, we could do better. 157 points? 539? getting closer. With 23,000 intelligence, I've concocted an elixir that will bolster my intelligence even further by an additional 863 points for 2,582 seconds. I shall not imbibe quite yet, for I may have need of these solutions at a later time. Yeah, I'm not smart enough to write a script that sounds more intelligent than I actually am without coming off as an arrogant jackass who happened to find a thesaurus. If you want me to roleplay the character, just pretend I went all Taravangian. Lucid, but kinda dull right now. I'm sure there's plenty of overlap between fans of Morrowind and the Cosmere, so that reference should land. Next, let's pop over to Algerin and visit Cien Sintiev, a merchant I've gone to in every single one of my Morrowind videos. I mean, it's only 3 videos, but hey, 3's a pattern. She's got racer plumes and coda flowers, which we can use to make levitate potions. With our boosted intelligence, the levitate effect should both last a long time and be quite strong. 316 points for 940 seconds. Ooh, this'll be fun.
So what's this regarding?
We're a goddamn airplane. In the Algerin Temple, we create localized sonic booms through the halls while searching for Donoso Andrano, yet another alchemy merchant. She's got Rue Brush and Dreg Wax. The former we'll need for Fortify Agility potions, the latter for Fortify Strength. I had bought extra ash yams from Onius, by the way. They're good for fortifying intelligence and fortifying strength. Yams, the perfect food. Dreg Wax is expensive though, but my levitate potions sell for 1k a pop, so it's less a matter of getting the gold and more a matter of sliding the quantity bar over to the 1 every time I want to make a sale. I'm going to be careful not to boost my strength by too much though. I'm speaking from experience because this isn't my first attempt at this run. If your strength is too high, you'll do too much damage to the heart of Lorcan that it dies before you can hit it with keening. Azura only shows up if you destroy the heart correctly. I made 18 Fortify Strength potions, 941 points for around 45 minutes. This is real time. Probably more potions than I needed. Might as well be the subtitle of this video. Breaking Morrowind with Alchemy. Probably overkill. The next vendor we have to visit is Annis Selith. She runs an alchemy shop just north of Wolverine Hall in Zadrith Mora. She sells Slode soap down by the seashore. I'm gonna assume it's just soap made by Slodes, not made out of Slode, or it's like a Slode recipe. Oh, nope, just googled it. The Slode hunt their children, and the ones that are too slow get harvested for soap. So it is both soap made by Slode and soap made of Slode, but not just any Slode, baby Slode. And we use this to fortify our agility. Kinda ironic that the slowest, least agile Slode are the ones that help us get more agile. Whatever. It's kind of expensive, but our potions are immaculate and fetch the highest price at all vendors across Vardenfell. All alchemy vendors, at least, I think. I doubt I'd run out of time on the agility potions if I made them now and drank them, but I don't need boosted agility just yet, so we'll hold off for a bit. What we need are some large Quama eggs. There might be a vendor that sells them somewhere. I'm sure there is, but we need to go to Seyda anyway, so we'll pop by the Shulk Quama mine and steal some eggs. The Quama won't mind, maybe, and Drambaro will just blame the miners turned poachers and send a Fighters Guild schlub to go kill them. Screw 'em. So I got a few dozen, should be enough. Let's teleport out with Divine Intervention and fly over to... Dude, move, get out of the way. Over to Seyda. Everyone's first vendor, Arrel, sells Shulk resin, a tasty sap extracted from the Shulk beetle, and it pairs well with Quama eggs to make Fortify health potions. Also, I'd recommend a dry sparkling wine to go with the eggs to really round out the flavor. I actually don't know anything about wine. I don't even understand how a liquid can be dry. If champagne doesn't go with eggs, just pretend they go with Quama eggs. Although I guess champagne doesn't exist in Morrowind because there's no Champagne region of France in Morrowind. Yeah, it's Prosecco. 34 Fortify health potions made with over 15,000 intelligence should be more than enough, give or take a few thousand health. Okay, off to Algerin. We're ready to beat the game. God damn it, go over there. Okay, off to Algerin. Before we fly off to Red Mountain, let's drink our agility potions. Each potion is 903 points for over 2,700 seconds. We shouldn't need that much agility. All we need is enough to get to 100% accuracy. 1,000 would probably do it, but we'll drink up to 3652 just in case. What's really fun is that the levitate potions also stack. 2 300-point potions translates to 600 points of levitate. So at this point, we're a commercial jet. If you take out a weapon at this speed, it's clear we're just vibrating through the sky. We aren't actually flying, we're just pushing the air out of the way so fast that we generate lift, which actually might be exactly how planes fly, because the Bernoulli thing with the wings isn't the whole picture, it's also that the wings are hitting the air and pushing it down, which makes it... First up, Dagoth Odros.
Dagoth HR, what the hell are you?
We didn't actually need to kill him for the key. With this much agility, we could have just picked the locks on the door with any lockpick. But I didn't have a lockpick, and I didn't want to buy one. Let's just take keening off to Veminal. But we're going to drink some Fortify health potions first, for insurance. 6,000 health should be good for now.
Oh fuck! Greetings, Neuro.
I'm not Nargar, I'm just on a bunch of uppers. Now Sunder is mine. But what about Wraithguard? Who cares? Shut up. Die. Because I have so much health, the Mortal Wound effect from Sunder and Keening, while as potent as ever, is inconsequential. Dagoth may think we've come unprepared, but all we need is Sunder and Keening to destroy the heart. As was laid out in Vivek's plans to defeat Dagoth, one strike with Sunder creates a pure tone. A strike with Keening shatters the pure tone into a prism of tone shades. By striking the heart with Keening again and again, we can shatter the original enchantments Kagranak placed upon the heart, severing its divinity-granting properties. Destroying the heart with a single strike does not sever Dagoth connection, so Azura will not greet us outside the heart chamber if we bulked up with too much strength. This is probably just a programming thing. Using Sunder and Keening sets a you win flag, but it's fun to imagine it has lore implications. Without Kagranak's tools, you simply destroy the physical manifestation of the heart, but neglect to sever its metaphysical link with Dagoth and the Tribunal, so could always come back. That's my headcanon. So Azura's happy. We fulfilled the prophecy, even though we got off the boat less than an hour ago. Seriously, this run took me less than an hour to do. But there's actually one more thing we need to sort out. We didn't need to kill Vivek to get Wraithguard this run, but let's return to Balmora and buy a lockpick from Naleno, then Silkstride over to Vivek, down a few levitate potions, fortify our health, accidentally remove our pants. Let's just do this naked. Why not go really crazy, huh? $14,000 agility, 26,000 strength. Here I come, Vivek. What a pitiful excuse for a god. Well, we did it. We beat Morrowind with the power of alchemy. You know, I still have quite a few levitate potions on me. Is there any better way to enjoy the countryside than by flying buck naked? I flew to Solstheim. It's not behind a loading screen, so that's neat. Oh.